Let's bring in Tony Boselli, one of the great offensive linemen in history, played for the Jags and now works for Westwood 1. He was on the sidelines last night on the call for the broadcast. If the Chargers and Chiefs played 10 times, who wins more?
I think the Chiefs win 6 of the 10. I think they're very close. I think the Chiefs are a little bit better just because of the offensive, with Patrick Mahomes, what they're able to do offensively, big play-wise. It's easier for them. You can see that last night, even watching the game. It just seemed easier throughout the game. But the one thing the Chargers have that I think very few teams do is they have a perseverance and a toughness about them that they hang in there. I mean, think back to that Pittsburgh game just a few weeks ago. They were down by 2 scores in that game as well and came back on the road. They're really impressive.
Yeah, I thought when they're down 14 that it could get ugly, and then we saw a different Charger team, and we saw that in Pittsburgh. The old Chargers don't win these games on the road, Tony, so what is the difference?
I think it's I think I got to give Anthony Lynn a ton of credit. I just like the makeup of this team and kind of how they approach it. They make really good adjustments on both offense and defense. I thought Gus Bradley did a great job last night with the defensive plan, just hanging in there. They play extremely hard. They tackle well on defense. And then offensively, when you got Phillip Rivers, I mean, the guy's seen everything. I mean, he's been through everything. So I don't think there's much that's going to phase him. And you can see that. There's just a resiliency of the entire group.
The Chargers going for 2. Now, in the moment, I know, obviously, I found out the end result, and they're successful. But in the moment, I get it going for the win on the road, but I wouldn't have gone for 2 in that situation. What did you think of that decision in the moment?
I thought it was a coin flip. You could argue either way. I'm not sure I'd have the guts to do it. But, but if you step back and look at it, on the road with Kansas City's offense, the way that how explosive they are. And here's the other thing, Dan, if you think about it. The Chargers are really in a low-risk situation because they already have the number 5 playoff seed wrapped up. I mean, no one's catching them for that top wild card spot. And if they win, they're still not guaranteed the division because they need help with Kansas City losing one more. And so I think Anthony Lynn's sitting there. We're on the road. We're playing against explosive offense. We've just played the best 10 minutes of football we've had this entire game. And if we win, great. We're on the road. It's a big win. It's going to lift this team up. If we don't, it's not going to change our playoff position one bit. And I really do think you get into overtime, you lose that coin flip, you might never get the ball back.
He's one of the great offensive linemen in NFL history. Tony Boselli, the lead analyst for Thursday Night Football in Westwood 1, joining us from the plane. Are you in coach?
No. Thankfully, Howie Deneroff at Westwood 1, and my contract puts me in first class. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now because I'd be screaming at people.
Are people enjoying your analysis who are sitting around you on the plane?
Yeah, they're kind of looking at me right now and going, "What the heck are you doing? I mean, who are you?" On the way out here, I had my tape up, and I was watching game tape, and a guy comes up and he goes, "What do you do for a living? Why are you watching so much football?" I'm like, well. So you get some looks. I get enough looks just with my size as I get on the plane with people hoping I don't sit next to them.
The best team in the AFC right now is?
I'm still going to say the Chiefs, even though I don't think anyone wants to play the Chargers in a tough playoff game. The one thing I worry about the Chiefs is they really are a dome team. That's what it feels like, their offense. What happens if they get home playoff games in Kansas City and you have a snowy, wet, windy game? Because they're not a great defensive team. And so I don't think they're going to hold up over 60 minutes defensively. Will they be able to score points in bad weather?
Also with Mahomes, he's doing things that he makes them seem a little more normal or routine, but they're not. And you have played with great quarterbacks, being an offensive lineman. How do you assess what you see with Mahomes when he's under duress?
It's his arm strength is what allows him to do things that are uncanny. And what it does to a defense, it forces you to cover even more of the field. Because where a guy scrambling, you might have 50 yards of depth to cover as a defense. You better extend that 15 yards with Patrick Mahomes because there's no telling where he's going to throw it. And not only that, he could be rolling to his right. We saw it last night. And, the cardinal rule is don't throw back over the middle of the field. Well, he does it consistently. And he has such a arm strength. He can throw across his body on a line, and the ball can get there, which I don't know how many – I've never seen a guy try it like he does, and I'm not sure how many guys in the history of this league have had the arm strength that Patrick Mahomes has.
Is it mandatory if you're an offensive lineman you can't wear sleeves in cold weather?
Yes. There's actually a rule written that as you get baptized as an offensive lineman, as early as high school, and you go through a class, and the day one is no sleeves in cold weather.
Can you fit in the airplane bathroom?
It's very difficult. Some of these bathrooms nowadays, what I have to do is I have to open up, I have to go in sideways, shut it, and then I do like almost a 180 to get in front of it with my head cocked to the side. I'm telling you, what always worries me, Dan, some of these bathrooms, I go, what if I have to go number 2? I don't think I could shut the door and sit on the toilet. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Well, that'll do it. Hey, I think we've pretty much exhausted everything we need to talk about there, Tony. Great to talk to you. Safe travels.
Thanks, Dan. Happy holidays.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.